In the top stories, Elevate program urges second chances for at-risk youth and adults. Guyana to build 9 hospitals by 2025. European leaders host emergency EU summit amid tensions over U.S. shift on Ukraine. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Monday, February 17th, 2025. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey. Nationally, the newly launched Elevate program seeks to provide sustainable solutions for youth and adults who are in conflict with the law or at risk of getting involved in criminal activities. Deputy Director Junie Hodge is urging businesses across St. Kitts and Nevis to support the initiative by giving participants a second chance to rebuild their lives.
I've reached out to a number of businesses asking to give the young men and young lady on the program a second chance. And they have reached out, showing the interest, some of them willing to teach some of our participants particular skills. And while they're teaching them, they don't mind the stipend that we give to them. They give them something extra in order for them to learn whatever skill they need. Because the point is to elevate them from where they are now to a better position.
Hodge noted that everyone makes mistakes and emphasized the importance of not dismissing people for their past actions, but instead offering them a chance to start over. He added that some participants are motivated to turn their lives around because of their children, highlighting the need for community support.
Like anything else, all of us would have made mistakes in life. We would have made some choices that we later regret, and we would have seen the better part now. Our mind at age 19 is different to our mind at age 25. And then some of us on the program would have started families, have children. So the priority now is on the children, so they're willing to elevate themselves from that position to a better one in the interest of their children. And that's why I'm asking for other businesses out there who haven't reached to reach to us and come on board so we can help our people, our young people.
Hodge was a guest on the February 14th edition of The Edge with host Devon Cornelius. Also appearing on the show was Naima Hazel, Permanent Secretary in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for the Elevate program. The St. Kitts Electricity Company Limited, or SCELEC, has announced scheduled maintenance outages for the week of Monday, February 17th to Saturday, February 22nd, 2025, as part of ongoing efforts to improve the reliability of electricity supply across the island. On Monday, February 17th, power will be interrupted from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Racecourse and Newton Ground. On Tuesday, outages will occur from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at La Valley Water Pump, also known as Grant Egg Farm, and in the New Road Housing Extension. Additionally, Parsons Village will experience an outage from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Maintenance will continue on Wednesday, affecting Democrat Road, Walwyn Street, and Buckley site from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Meanwhile, the Tabernacle Lower Housing Project will be without electricity from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. On Thursday, residents in Back Road, Saddlers, and Cokergut Halfway Tree will experience outages from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The scheduled maintenance concludes on Saturday, February 22nd, with power interruptions from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Canada Industrial Area. SCELEC advises customers in the affected areas to prepare for interruptions during the specified times. The company also notes that electricity may be restored earlier or interrupted later than scheduled. In a statement, SCELEC apologized for any inconvenience caused and encouraged customers to remain without power after the scheduled outages to contact their customer service lines at 465-2013 or 600 from a mobile phone. The 2025 local football season kicked off with the President's Cup at Warner Park, where SL Horsford's St. Paul's United defeated MFCR Old Road United Jets 2-0 to claim the trophy for the fourth time in 5 years. Following the match, Atiba Harris, president of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, commended both teams for their efforts, stating that the strong performance sets an exciting tone for the season ahead.
Congratulations to SL Horsford St. Paul's United Football Club for winning yet another President Cup, the 2025. Yeah, it's great to start the local league again, and I think we're off to a good start. You see the guys out there, I mean the turnout was great for support, and congratulations again to both clubs. Now the official league, the National League, the Premier National Bank Group of Companies Premier League, and the SKNFA Division 1 is about to kickstart next weekend.
That was President of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association, Atiba Harris. We move now to news on the regional scene. Guyana President Irfan Ali has announced that by 2028, the government will have constructed and operationalized 12 state-of-the-art regional hospitals, significantly improving healthcare services across multiple regions. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony for the West Demerara Hospital, President Ali stated that 6 of these hospitals will be commissioned in the second and third quarters of 2025. Each of these facilities will offer 24-hour accident and emergency services, round-the-clock laboratory operations, and advanced imaging services such as ultrasound, digital X-ray, and CT scans. Additionally, they will feature operating theaters and other critical healthcare infrastructure, reducing the need for long-distance travel to access quality medical care. And finally, in regional news, the U.S. government has ordered a 10% reduction in embassy staff worldwide, affecting both diplomats and local personnel. This change, part of a new executive order issued on February 12, aims to streamline embassy operations, but is expected to cause delays in visa processing and consular services. The impact will be particularly felt in Caribbean nations like Jamaica, which has one of the highest U.S. migration rates per capita. A recent study found that 38.7% of Jamaica's population resides in the U.S., ranking it fourth globally for migration rates behind Germany, France, and El Salvador. The staffing cuts are likely to lead to longer wait times and backlogs for applicants. Internationally, French President Emmanuel Macron hosted an emergency meeting on Monday with EU leaders and the UK to address growing tensions over the US's shifting stance on Ukraine. Recent visits by US officials questioned Europe's defense commitments, particularly after President Trump's talks with Russian President Putin, which excluded European involvement in Ukrainian peace talks. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock called it an existential moment for Europe, urging the continent to take a stronger stance. Macron hopes the meeting will strengthen European unity in response to these diplomatic challenges. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer emphasized that US support remains essential for Ukraine's security, while European nations remain divided on how to increase defense spending. Some seek joint defense projects, while others insist countries must meet the 2% spending goal first. The selective nature of the summit, which excluded some EU members, sparked criticism, with Slovenian President Nataša Purik-Musar questioning the EU's unity and respect. The meeting underscores the complexities of European security and the ongoing need for US support. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has expressed support for U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to transfer the Palestinian population out of Gaza, calling it the only viable plan for the region's future. Netanyahu discussed the proposal with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who endorsed Israel's war aims, including the eradication of Hamas. Critics argue the plan amounts to coercion as the Gaza region remains heavily damaged. Netanyahu and Trump have aligned on a strategy to force Hamas to release hostages, with Netanyahu warning of severe consequences if demands are not met. While Rubio's Middle East tour faces pushback from Arab leaders, especially regarding Gaza's redevelopment under U.S. control, Israel's defense ministry recently received a shipment of munitions from the U.S., signaling continued military support. As the war enters its 500th day, negotiations are set to continue for the second phase of talks, focusing on hostage releases and ceasefire terms, though peace efforts remain uncertain. And now for the weather. Present weather is fair skies with a slight dust haze. Winds are a moderate breeze of 15 miles per hour from the east-northeast. The temperature for today is 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are 1.5 to 2.1 meters or 5 to 7 feet. A small craft caution remains in effect, mainly for open waters north and east of the islands. The weather forecast for today predicts partly sunny skies with a 30% or low chance of showers. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a 30% or low chance of passing showers. Sunset for today will be at 6:14 p.m. and sunrise for tomorrow will be at 6:35 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your presenter, Shanique Carvey.